this is a breakdown of what I do to actually secure profitable trades, and it's actually quite easy. Now you see, anything you want to do, you want to make sure you're working with the trend. Now this is what I normally do. Now the trend is bullish, and you want to look for areas that signify that the market is actually going to move upwards. So it's easy to identify that, very easy. These are the highest points the market made here, here, and this market kept going higher. And you see around this area, market broke structure. Okay, good. Around this area, market broke structure. Good. Around this area, market broke structure. Good. Around this area, markets broke structure. Good. So you see, markets kept breaking structures. Let me move all this stickers. Okay, all right, let's go. So we have our first break of structure here. This is our first break of structure. We have our second break of structure here. We have our third break of structure here. Okay, we have our fourth break of structure here. We have our fifth break of structure here. Now what I do is, when market breaks a structure, I just want to know if there are areas in the market where it gave a fake change of character before the breaks to the upside. What do I mean? I want to see something like this. Market now broke the downside. Instead of continue to a downtrend, it broke to the upside. So this is what I want to see. Now I just go down, and we can see over here, before this market broke structure, over here we have this. We have one. Market came down to this point, pushed up, came down, pushed up. So most people are going to try and buy from here, but markets came down to as low as this point. So but for the sake of this video, I prefer to use this bottom low, as the lowest point in the market. So I'm just going to put a line there. You can see this red line, market swept it. So that is my first proof. That is my X. I just do market as X. I'm just gonna go here. So I'm just gonna go here, and then I'm gonna mark it as X. As easy as this. Now why am I doing that? It gives me confidence to anticipate more buys. So this is my X, and then this is my what? This is my BOS. It's my BOS. Okay. So market now retraced to the downside. Now what next I want to do? Next thing I want to do is I want to look for a valid area to buy from. Okay, now the valid area I want to buy from, I hit a noisy chart. You see this area from here to here is so noisy, so I now move to a higher time frame. I was on 1 minute. If I move to 5 minutes, the candles become lesser, and I can easily see where I can buy from. So let's see. Now you see the candles are becoming lesser. From around this market. If I go to 15 minutes, on 15 minutes time frame, let's see what happens. All right. Okay. Sorry. So we still have on the 15 minutes time frame, the candle keeps reducing. Now the candle has reduced to an extent where I can easily map out the last order block on this chart. All right. So now where is the last order block? This is the last order block here. Come in. This is the last order block. From here to here, this is my last order block. So I can easily take my trade from here. Its block is quite big, so big. I can easily take my trade from here. Put my stop loss under here and target a good risk reward ratio like 3R. Let's see if you did 3R. Did 3R, and I'm out of the market. It didn't do 3R actually. Okay, it did 3R, and boom, TP hit. So this is just exactly what I do in the market. Identify this X, identify the BOS, wait for retracement to the break of structure, and then boom. Boy, see, that X is what makes my setup an A setup. But now with this I've explained to you, I can just easily mark out areas where market broke structures. Are you following me? Then when I mark it out, I mark out, this is that is my X. Then this is where market swept, swept the low. Are you feeling me? As market swept the low, we now had this over here as the major supply, and I can take my sales from here, just as easy as that. Sorry, my sales. I take my sales from here. Now this is what qualifies my setup an A setup. Okay, didn't just run out to 1:1. Now this is what qualifies my setup as an A setup. Are you following me? But when market is trending, are you following me? And I can't find out my confirmations, like area times when market breaks structure without actually giving me that X. I can now go down. Let's see if I can see something like that. Let's look at this area now. This is a valid area. Market broke structure to the downside without giving me an X. It never swept this high, because if I want to take this trade, I need this high to sweep this high before breaking structure. So market didn't sweep this high. Are you following me? Sorry. So market didn't sweep this high, and then it broke structure, and then it broke to the downside. So what do I do? What I just do is I look for the block that caused the break of structure. Now you see the significant block before this market dumped to this level. This market reacted at this point and before it decided to dump. So this is the last order block here, which I'm just gonna pick. Sorry. I'm gonna pick this last order block, this level, and take my trade from there and sell. One of the major criteria for picking an order block is if the block has imbalances, it makes the block extremely strong. So if I just see a block that has an imbalance before a break of structure, I use that block immediately to take my trade. So that's why I normally go to higher time frames. If I can see a block that has an imbalance around here before a break of structure, I move to a higher time frame. So before the break of structure, we want to look for an order block before the break of structure that had imbalances under the other block. That's what makes it very, very valid, because if you just pick any other block to trade, you might end up picking the wrong block. That imbalances helps to attract market towards that POI and releases it for a dump or for a pump, something like that. So that's what makes me pick another block. So if I just pick it, okay, and let's see. Now see here, market had a break of structure over here. Let's see what happened here. Market has a break of structure here, and we had a sweep to the upside. Now, why is this sweep important? Why is this sweep actually important? It's important because it was actually selling and decided to do as if it wants to change character. I want to break it down so that every person can actually understand. So what do I mean by that? You see, market moved, making downward moves up, a lower high, and then tried to make a higher high if failed. It made the higher high, and then it came and made a lower high. So that's why we mark this as the X, a failed change of character, and then it came down. Now coming down, it gave me this other block that has imbalances. So I can actually wait here in the future and see what's going to happen. Let's see. The market tap into it. Yes, market tapped into it. You can see market respected that area and sold to the downside. Okay, so you see it ran up to about 7 point something hour, about 9.2 hour. So we see once I get all my confluences right, and then it appears that the block now has an imbalance under it. What do I mean by imbalance? You can see this first candle and second candle, this candle and this candle having a very long fair value gap. We call them voids or imbalances. So when you see those kind of candles just under or on top the other block you want to use, it makes that other block very strong. So you can just wait at that very zone to take, even if the market was going to retrace, but it can give you a high probability trade of at least 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Are you following me? And sometimes it can be a turning point for the market. So you can just wait at that very point. Sorry, you can just wait at that very point. You take your trade and allow it to cook. Okay, so if this video was actually helpful, I have more videos on this YouTube channel. Just subscribe, comment below how helpful the video was to you. It encourages me to make more videos. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more important and profitable videos. Take care, guys.